Dude, Saiyan Salamander here, and welcome to the latest edition of Outrealm Heroes. It's been quite a while since the last edition of the series, so in case you've forgotten or you're new to the channel, let me remind you what it's all about. Basically, I love crossovers. The idea of characters I love from multiple series colliding always been so cool to me, so I created a series to talk about different series I enjoy crossing over into Fire Emblem Heroes. I've already talked about a ton of different series before, like Dragalia Lost, Demon Slayer, and many more. And this time I'm going to be talking about a new banner I'm calling Heroes of Icarus, which, if you couldn't guess, features characters from the game Kid Icarus Uprising. So let's start off with the first hero on this list, the Flightless Angel Pit. In Fae, I made him a blue bow infantry unit, since he can't fly without the help of his patron goddess, so I figured it made sense for him to be an infantry unit instead of a flying unit. For his weapon, I decided to give him the Palutena bow. I think the silver bow is what he mainly uses in Smash and the promotional art for Uprising, but since silver bows are already a thing in Fae, I figured the Palutena bow made more sense. Since all the bows in Kid Icarus can break apart into two blades, I figured it'd be fitting to give a Pit a built-in close counter, and it's also effective against Axe, Green Beast, and Green Dragon foes, as well as negating triangle advantage from these units. Also, there's an accelerated special cooldown as an added bonus. As for Pit's skills, he comes with Growing Light, Attack Speed Unity, and finally Nullsea Disrupt. Growing Light is kind of meh, but it's a thing skill for the Flightless Angel, and the other skills help boost his speed and damage when allies are around, and ensures that he can counter-attack no matter what skill the foe has. Pit's stats are pretty well balanced, and while he could use the merges to be a bit more defensive, Attack and Speed Unity really helps boost both of these stats. It makes him a real threat in the battlefield. Moving on from one Pit to another, the next character we talked about is the Fallen Angel Dark Pit. Like Pit, since he can't fly without assistance, I figured it makes sense to make him an infantry unit, and as for the colour and weapon, I made him a green bow unit this time around. Unlike Pit though, Dark Pit uses a staff instead of a bow, but since staves and Fae are used for healing, I figured it'd make more sense classing the Dark Pit staff as a bow instead this time around. The Dark Pit staff also accelerates special cooldown, and can either accelerate it further by having Wrath 3 built into it. Also, if Dark Pit has 75% HP or less, or he isn't adjacent to any allies, then Dark Pit can attack first. As for the skills he comes equipped with, Dark Pit comes with Deadeye, Attack Speed Solo 4, Null Follow-Up 3, and finally Threat and Attack Speed 3. This is some really amazing fodder, as Deadeye is a super rare skill, currently only available on the Shinon. As a clone of Pit, I feel it makes sense for them to share the same stat spread, which is why they show their differences in their skills and weapons instead, with Pit working better with allies, while Dark Pit works better solo. Now that the angels are out of the way, let's move on to talking about the Goddess of Light herself, Palutena. She's actually the first mythic unit I've created in Outrealm Heroes, as I made her a light-based, speed-boosting mythic hero. She's a staff flying unit, since she can grant the power of flight to others, so why wouldn't she grant it to herself? She's got a preferred weapon known as Skyward Scepter. It grants Palutena with +3 speed, Raffle Staff 3, and has a combined air orders and ground orders effect built into her weapon too. Palutena's base kit, it comes with Rescue Plus, Windfire Balm Plus, and 2 new skills, with one of them being exclusive to her. The non-new exclusive skill is a tier 4 skill, Dazzling Staff 4. It's basically a Dazzling Flash plus staff, as it has the ability to prevent foes within 2 spaces of a target from counter-attacking. As for a new exclusive skill, it's called Power of Flight. It allows any infantry unit adjacent to the unit to traverse over immovable terrain, just like a flyer unit can. They can't end their turn over lakes or mountains since the effect only lasts 1 turn, but it gives the units a lot more movement options. Palutena's stats are really good overall too. Her main assets are probably her attack and speed, and she only really loses out on defense, which combined with her flying movement type means she's probably going to get one-shotted by any bow unit that comes her way. Overall though, Palutena is a great supportive unit, and it's really fun coming up with a mythic unit for a change. It would definitely be nice to think of some more legendary and mythic heroes from other series like I did here, so let me know what characters from other series you think would deserve either title. The final unit to appear on the Heroes of Icarus banner is the 4-star unit this time around, and that character is the mightiest mercenary, Magnus, who appears in Fae as a sword infantry unit, wielding Magnus's blade. Other than the standard stuff of +3 attack and being effective against armoured foes, it has a really unique effect referencing the Magnus Club from Uprising. While Magnus uses a big ass sword in Kid Icarus, it's counted as a club weapon when used by Pit. So to reference that, as clubs are an axe type weapon in Fire Emblem, I figured it'd be cool if a weapon could reverse triangle advantage against blue foes, making it like a slightly worse version of Pit's weapon, which makes sense since, he's a demote unit. The skills Magnus comes with are Luna, Quick Riposte 3 at 4-star, which has been dying to get demoted since the game was released, as well as Rouse's Attack Defense 3 for a 5-star skill, which is really fitting for the character. Magnus basically is good to go in everything but speed, and has a super boon in attack and resistance, where he's got Super Bane in speed. And since I forgot to mention them earlier, Pit, Dark Pit, and even Palutena each have a Super Boon in speed, but a Super Bane in defense. Now, I know I said Magnus was the last banner unit I'd be talking about, but there's still a free unit to go around too. So the final unit I'll be talking about this time around is the Underworld Queen, Medusa. This time, Medusa's a staff infantry unit. I was quite skeptical of this weapon choice since even though Medusa carries a staff around with her, she really isn't the healing type. But I thought of a cool effect for her Underworld Scepter and decided to roll with it. Medusa's got a +3 attack built into her weapon, Wrathful Staff 3, and finally at the start of turn, all foes within cardinal directions who have less HP than Medusa gaze into her eyes and get turned into stone, which in Fey terms means she inflicts them with Gravity and Flash. She also gets Panic Flow at 5-star rarity and Attack Res Push 3 at 4-star rarity, which are two skills that really suit her weapon. Medusa really lacks in the speed department and even has a Super Bane in the start, though she has a Super Boon in defense, to contrast the Boon and Bane Palutena has. With this Super Boon, she can become a really good mix tank, having 37 defense and resistance with max merges and flowers, as well as 57 HP, so a lot of foes are going to have a ton of trouble bringing this boss down. That just about covers everything I wanted to talk about today, so I hope you really enjoyed the video, my dudes. If you did, please make sure to give it a like, comment on what your favourite unit is, and as well as some other characters from Kid Icarus or other series in general you'd like me to talk about in Outrealm Heroes in the future. And finally subscribe to make sure that you don't miss out on any of my uploads to the channel. I also have a Twitch channel and a Discord server that's linked in the description. So if you want to see me play some games like Fire Emblem Heroes or The World Ends With You, and you want to hang out with me and the community more, then defo check the link out to both. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, my dudes. Until next time, bye!